Well, my dear students, 8th grade, welcome back again with IGCSE Business Studies. We're still in Chapter 25, Environmental and Ethical Issues, Part 2. Today, the lesson we are going to learn about the following topics: external costs and external benefits of business decision, sustainable development, pressure group, the role of legal controls, ethical issues faced by business, conflict between profits and ethics, and how business respond to ethical issues. And finally, we are going to answer all the activities and case study that we are going to pass through at this lesson. Guys, before we start, let me remind you that you can ask any question at any time about the lesson today or about the previous lessons, so don't hesitate to ask any questions at any time. So let's start our lesson today. Okay, let's do it. Guys, you can follow me by opening your book, page 318. Page 318. And if you don't have the book, just follow the slides you can see here. Today we are going to start with the second part of Chapter 25, Environmental and Ethical Issues, and especially we are going ahead for the first topic of today's lessons. It's talking about the external cost and external benefits of business decisions. So, the business need to work out if the externalities created by their decisions are justified. They are cost-benefit analysis to do this. The social benefits must overweight the social cost, and the interest of the various stakeholders need to be taken into account. This is not easy task, as it is hard to put a value in some costs, for example, the cost of overfishing. Also, there can be conflicting interests. For example, a business may decide to use expensive technology in order to reduce its pollution levels, meeting the interest of the community. But this will increase cost and reduce overall profits, affecting shareholders and owners. So we have positive or benefits and negatives or costs. So let's go, guys, directly to the business needs to work. So the first important definitions we have, guys, it's cost-benefit analysis. Cost-benefit analysis, it means that analysis the cost and benefits of a project, the focus of being on social cost and benefit. Let's go, guys, directly to activity 25.2. It says here, in page 318, it says country X has one international airport in its capital city. The existing airport is unable to handle the increased air traffic. The government is planning to open a second airport. The proposed location is near to a residential area. There has been a lot of opposition from environmentalists and community in the area of a proposed location. The government, however, thinks this will be good for the economy, which is in recession, and wants to go ahead with the decisions. The first question is identify the stakeholders involved in this business decisions. Let's go directly, guys, to the answers here. A, residents of the area on which to build the project. This is, I think, the first stakeholders involved to this business. Second, the project executing company, the part responsible for environmental protection, and the municipality of the capital city. The second question is, as a spoken person for the community, identify and analyze the social cost that the community would have to experience because of a new airport near them. I think the first one is pollution, from smoke emission from planes, which negatively affects the health of the population. Second, road congestion caused by the movement of incoming and outgoing passengers. C, the inconvenience and loud noise caused by aircraft sound, which negatively affects the residents of the area surrounding the airport. 3. Imagine you are a government official placed in a decision-making committee of this project. Explain the economic benefits of these decisions and how they will help the economy grow. A. The airport project will provide many opportunities for the local community, create an efficient transportation network that the people of the region can benefit from. A number of small projects for the residents of the area can be established next to the airport project, increase the growth of the local economy for the population of the region clearly. And question number 4, from the point of view of an environmentalist, discuss the impact or the social cost that this business decision would have on the environment. I think there is an air pollution, land pollution, visual pollution, and noise pollution for this project impact. 5, present the above argument of at least 3 of the stakeholders identified in question 1 in table. Conduct a cost-benefit analysis and evaluate whether this project is worth considering. Do the economic and social benefit exceed the social cost? This is the homework, guys, and I hope to receive the answers next lesson. Let's go directly, guys, to sustainable development in page 319. Sustainable development says that a business is said to be sustainable if contributes towards the economic growth of the country and makes profits while obeying the law, being ethical and environmentally friendly. For example, a business can take the following steps to be sustainable. The first one, use renewable source of energy. Second one, avoid unnecessary travel by promoting a work from home policy. Avoid or reduce the use of chemicals that produce toxic waste. Use packing that is made of recycled material. Use energy efficient process and equipment to minimize the use of energy. Reduce waste to find a market where it can be used as raw materials. And finally, number 7, works with the employees, customers, and suppliers fairly. Okay. To achieve sustainable development, a business needs to weigh up the environmental, social, and economic impact of its activities. If these meet the indicators shown below, the business is said to promote sustainable development. So we have 3 indicators here: environmental, social, and economic. It is in page 319. It is in page 319. 3 parts of these indicators, guys. Okay. Environmental pressure and opportunities. It's in page 320. Page 320. It's talking about the pressure group. Who are the pressure group? The pressure group is a group of people who join together for a common cause, ethical and environmental. They aim to change the way business function. So the pressure group used the following method to make their point. The first one, demonstration. This involves a group of people protesting about business action or policy, either at a rally or outside the company's offices. The second one, boycotting. It is mean that refusing to buy a business products or services and try to influence other consumers to do the same thing. So the petitioning, making an oral or written official complaint to the government or concerned authority on an issue. Lobbying, attempting to influence policymaking of the government, and finally increasing the awareness of the issue. Increasing the awareness of the issue. This is done through the pressure groups website and possibly causing negative publicity with the help of the media. So, how business respond to environmental pressure? How? Number one, using green manufacturing method, reducing their use of energy, obeying government regulation and standards, following sustainable business practices, taking legal action against the pressure groups, defending business decisions in order to improve their image, which may have been damaged by pressure groups. Why business respond to environmental? Why business respond to environmental, guys? Okay. The business reputations may be damaged. It may lose customer, employees, and investors. The business may be closed down if government regulation to use green methods of production are not followed. Inability to meet government regulations may create legal problems for business. Pressure group may oppose the business, produce negative publicity, and prevent a company's growth. Okay, so what is the role of legal controls? The legal controls, government use legal controls to limit the negative effects of business activity on the environment. Some examples are listed below. The first one, the government may impose penalties in the form of fines, closure of facilities, and imposition on business that ignore pollution targets or waste disposal regulations. It may charge a levy or tax on a commercial use of energy. It may set standards that business have to meet when using natural resources. Finally, business may not be permitted to set up in some areas. Government also help business to be environmentally friendly by doing two things. The first one, making environmental information more accessible. The second one is enabling recycling by providing waste collection vehicles, containers, and coordinating collection of waste for business. So what is the incentives, guys? What is the government incentives? Government incentives encourage business to be environmentally friendly. The following incentives are common in a lot of countries. The first one, the government can reward the greenest companies with tax credits. The second one, the government can make policies that allow tax exemptions for companies using renewable source of energy and being energy efficient. Let's go, guys, directly to activity 25.3 in page 322. In page 322, it says here, ABC Tires is a tire manufacturer's company, wants to open a new plant. Although the site is located on the outskirts of a big city, it is close to a residential area. The government is considering the environmental impact of this plant before allowing the company to go ahead. The government's analysis show that the manufacturing of tire involves the use of toxic chemicals and generates large amount of waste. The plant will also require a huge amount of water and power. The government does recognize that the plant will generate employment in the local area, then it benefits from this. The government is also looking at all ways in which the environmental impact can be reduced or controlled. The first one, analyze the impact this new plant may have on the environment. So I think, guys, air pollution caused by tire factory fumes, land pollution, visual pollution, noise pollution, all these pollutions surely will happen. Number two, how? How will it affect residents living in the area? Well, it will affect positively and negatively. Positively because it will increase business growth and reduce the unemployment percentage for the residential area. People live there. Negatively because it will cause high traffic for the area roads. Three, how can the government control the environmental impact of the planet? The answer is see the role of legal controls, page 321. Go directly, guys, to page 321, I think in this slide, and see the role of legal control. This is the answer for the question number 3 in activity 25.3, page 322. Okay, guys, so, and follow me to go directly on page number 324, conflicts between profits and ethics. Business may find that achieving ethical objectives increase their cost. Greater cost mean lower profits. So a business often faces a conflict between profits and ethics. Activity 25.4 says, many businesses worldwide have outsourced some of their business function to countries such as India, Philippines, China, Brazil, and Costa Rica. This is usually done in order to reduce costs because of cheaper workforce. The increased profitability, the business also benefit from favorable exchange rates with these countries. This loss of local jobs to people in other countries has contributed in increasing unemployment in the home country. Number one, business argue that during the global recession, they need to cut costs in order to survive and make profits. Discuss in a group the ethical decisions between loss of local jobs and a growth in profits. So guys, if we were in our class, we will do that activity in groups. But anyway, the answer will be, I believe that maintaining business in light of the economic recession through reducing costs can be achieved in many ways, and not only by cutting out a number of employees, guys. Two, some reports says that the foreign workers are often paid wages lower than the local minimum wages of the business-owned country. Do you think this is ethical? No, because foreign employment is cheaper than the local employment. Why? Because they are not need to share them with the social security or the health insurance, and there are no union demanding their labor rights because they are foreigner, and therefore they are cheaper in terms of cost. So this is the answer, guys. This is the answer, guys. Let's go directly, guys, to page. Let's go directly, guys, to page 324. It's talking about how business respond to ethical issues. When faced with an ethical issue, a business has to consider the interest of various stakeholders. When stakeholders having conflicting interest, decision making may not be easy. Both the advantages and disadvantages of ethical behaviors need to be considered. These are shown in below. So this is the advantages and disadvantages of ethical behaviors need to be considered. The first one, improve image and reputation. It can be a motivating factor for existing staff. Customers these days demand eco-friendly products that have been made friendly, and the disadvantages, high cost may be involved when choosing raw materials ethically. Cost may be increased by improving working conditions and pay for the employees. Let's go directly, guys, and see the last part in our lesson today. It is talking about case study, page 325, garment industry in Bangladesh. This case study saying that Bangladesh has one of the largest garment industry in the world that provide cheap clothing for major Western retailers, which is mainly due to its widespread low-cost labor. In April 2013, a significant number of people died when the building collapsed outside the capital Dhaka in Bangladesh, where the workers made Western clothing. Police said the owner of factories in the building had ignored warning about crack appearing in the building. The whole garment industry in Bangladesh has been criticized for its low pay, limited rights given to workers, and often dangerous working conditions in garment factories. Some of the factories are also guilty of using child labor. The tough economic conditions mean that child labor is widely accepted and very common in Bangladesh. Many families rely on the money earned by their children for survival. Also, employers often prefer to employ children because they are cheaper, considered to be more obedient than adults. The first question is, identify the unethical business practices mentioned in the extract above. I think, guys, negligence in implementing the requirement necessary for the safety of workers lead to the death of a number of them. Second, child labor in garment factories and how they exploited their difficult financial families. B. Discuss whether the Western retailers are being ethical in buying from the garment factories in Bangladesh. No, because they know very well how much the child labor families are suffering from the hard economic condition, while they don't care about this. C. How can Western retailers ensure that their suppliers are following ethical business practices? The answer will be to make purchases only from factories approved and certified by their country's government that apply the general safety conditions and take into account work ethics. D. Explain why child labor is unethical. Why child labor is unethical? Because children of this age should regularly attend schools and need greater health care, so they are still body developing. E. What steps can the government take to stop child labor? 1. Education shall be compulsory for the children and punish the parents who employ them. 2. Establish controls, laws, and penalties against employers who employ these children. 3. The presence of official bodies specialized in protection. Number three, the presence of official bodies specialized in protecting these children and placing them in special care homes if the needs arises. So this is the last part of our lesson today. Finally, I hope that you have benefited from today's lesson, and as we use, I'm going to provide you next lesson with a worksheet that covering the important topics at this chapter. I hope to see you very soon. Take care of yourself and your families, and goodbye.